Welcome, everybody. Podcast 221. Still going.
Doing great, guys.
Doing great. We have another masterful 2-hour show that Tim has planned out.
That is an
Most
that was
hated-
that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible.
I hate 2-hour shows, Tim.
I hate the fact that you said masterful for this.
I had to be nice.
Yeah, so you know what? It's good. It's good because you know what? There's a lot of great people coming on for the Masters. A lot of good champions. It might be short and sweet for some of them to get in, get out, but it's nice to celebrate their wins and their accomplishments.
Yeah,
we have very special guests for the tournament men. We'll find out. We'll find out right at the end there. We'll find out right at the end. All right, so let's. We have a couple minutes just for us before everything happens. Maybe let's touch base on 5PL. 5PL is completed now. We had a whirlwind weekend. Obviously, we want to shout out to Maria and Mitch for helping us out clear up the playoffs and the relegations. They were great with the tech support there. But our champions this year, the Dynamite from Dakota, I think that's a nice little change outside the Edmonton region. And
not really surprising at all. Like they've been really, really good the entire time they've been in the league. So we always knew that was going to happen eventually. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, it was nice seeing Robbie celebrate with the team.
Yeah, that was good. Robbie, whatever you want to call him, a rostered fan. He was there with the team every time cheering them on, but not really having the option to play, or if he even wanted to play.
Yeah, it was good. The team's really good. It's nice to see it there, and nice to thank Chad and his center for their support. And shout out to Aaron. Aaron shoots a 700 double for them to not even have to play the third game, right?
A 420 start is pretty good, right?
Yeah. And you know what? Shout out to Venom. Venom improved from season 1 to season 3 immensely.
Yeah, big time.
And so they played very well as well. I mean, the Dynamite was just rolling again. So,
it was pretty incredible. Obviously, like the Dynamite, obviously getting past last season's champions, next gen, right, to get themselves into the final, and then to come up against the Venom, who were on an absolute tear. They had to play unreal their last 2 weeks of regular season, and then they had to roll through each team to get all the way to the finals, and then unfortunately they come up a little bit short against the Dynamite, but that's the way the league rolls.
Yeah, the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, exactly.
15 over 2 games.
Yeah. Anyways, and then
That's amazing.
3-pin. Then a 3-pin.
Hey,
that wasn't the 3-pin.
That wasn't necessary. When was the last time you shot a 15 bagger?
Oh, you know what? I play Wii bowling. I practice. I do well. No 3-pins, though, unfortunately, in Wii bowling. But it was great. So I mean, so obviously there's gonna be a trophy that would be sent out to be put up in Dakota Lanes, and
they get to see the most phallic trophy I've ever seen in my life.
They'll love it when they get it.
They will. They'll love it. They'll love it. Yeah.
Aaron will probably sleep with it. He'll probably
just cuddled up.
Yeah. Anyways, good for them. Obviously, we can talk about the relegation. That was there we go.
Yeah, all 4
Hey, shout out to. I mean, everybody thought Next Gen was going to win too. Obviously, I think Weber thought that moving over would put him over the hump. I guess it didn't work. So, he'll listen to this. Sucks to suck, right? But and I'll be honest, we're not sour. We're just disappointed in him right now. He should have won if he was going to do that. But I don't know. Maybe you fire the coach now, right? Anyways, that's usually what happens. But let's talk about relegation. Obviously, we had that on Sunday. We had the Pinsanity Eclipse knockouts and average pros. I'm not gonna lie, I watched majority of it. The first game, and I'm not trying to be rude, it was watching paint dry. And then the third game was fantastic. Everybody was super close. I think it was ranged. It was 9 points, 8, 8, and 7. So it was kind of a neat little system to give them a chance to get back in there. And Pinsanity won over Average Pros, and Eclipse won over Knockouts, and that's what we happened there. So congratulations for those survivors. Moving on.
Awesome.
Obviously, feel bad. Go ahead.
So unpopular opinion, just laying this out there. The Average Pros, they didn't get beat. They apparently were playing on Sherwood Bulls brand new machines that weren't quite certified yet, so they got disqualified.
Yeah. So
And still got beat.
So I'm going to clarify, Dexter. Did you tell him you can bowl 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 and 2?
No, I actually gave them the option, 100%.
Okay, so Henry said that you never gave him the option.
No, I had a conversation with him. You have an option of playing a 1 and 2 or 15-16.
And
your
so
choice.
I want to play it out there. We had a conversation. Obviously, Henry's, close knit part of the family at Sherwood Bowl, right? I'll be honest, but so he said he didn't have an option. All right, I don't know if he's kidding or not. I really don't care. I'm going to throw him under the bus. Henry, he said, but then he had too many fans out there to cheer on, so 1 and 3 was a little bit awkward. He said, I understand that. Okay, cool. But now, I hear that they're going to do the play-ins, and you know what? He might be playing at Bonnie Doon, and he might be dropping all his team in order for them to get in. Sellout. What a sellout, man. What a sellout. No. But in all fairness, though, our lanes right now are technically not certified, right? So they have to play at a certified center. Bonnie Doon is certified, right? We don't get certified until August.
It was just funny when he reached out to me. He's like, I know everything's done and everything, but we technically didn't play on certified lanes. I was like, yeah, so you didn't get beat. You just got DQ'd, so you're still out of the league. Wow, bunch of cheaters.
Yeah. I feel bad for them. Obviously, we're close with them. They put a lot of heart and soul, honestly, than probably 90% of the teams out there. They live and relish this more than anybody else. They build a great brand. So I'm hoping that obviously it looks like they're willing to do the play-ins. So looking forward to them to at least try out for it and continue on their success with that. And obviously Knockouts had a decent year the first time they played. It's just unfortunate just the way it was. But they have a lot of talent on that team, so they have an opportunity to get back in there again too. So
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
And good on Pinsanity, right? I mean, for people who don't know out there, they actually have tryouts for the team yearly. So they might have a different team next year, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's some really good players, but Mary Jo and John are always been really solid for that team. They always played really well.
Yeah.
And Eclipse,
big last game between those two to carry team total to win that last match. I don't think they needed to end up winning the whole thing, but that was awesome. That was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So there'll be some play-ins coming up. So
yeah. I know we got our guests waiting here to come in here in about 3 minutes, so we'll just kind of rip through the rest of this. But yeah, we got the play-ins from the 13th to the 26th. So the teams that want in have submitted their sustainability forms, have got their rosters kind of set, and they're gonna try out, and everybody will learn at the same time who's in to new teams or old teams, because the Knockouts and Average Pros are playing again, so they may get in that way. To fill out the 26-team league, and then Tim's fun job starts. Scheduling.
Yeah. I think we're gonna hammer down on the schedule a little bit. So
it's gonna be a little bit tighter. There's not gonna be so much leeway anymore. Enough teams won in the league. If you want to try and handcuff the league, we got other teams that want it. So
yeah, absolutely. How many teams are in playing?
Right now, 6 confirmed, possibly 2 more. So 6 for sure.
Awesome. And then we still have to hear back from all the existing teams to make sure that they are returning as well, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard any no's yet, but haven't heard of 24 yeses yet. So get those letters of intent in, people.
Yep.
Something cool that happened over the little bit of a break here. We had Masters Nationals going on, stuff like that, which we're going to be talking about today. But our little group, our 5-Pin Universe group, the WCBT, Bradson Bowling, the 5PL, we got a little award from Bowl Canada, the Jack Fine Award. So this is their President's Award, and we were happy to receive it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to attend their AGM, but Tim and Mark took on that role and represented our little group. But from where this all started, guys, back in 2015 with the WCBT, and then COVID, and pretty crazy roller coaster of events to get an award like this. It's pretty prestigious, right?
Yeah, thank you very much to Bowl Canada. Wasn't expecting that, so when we got that phone call, we were pretty honored. So, thank you very much, Bowl Canada.
And have to thank probably all our fans out there. I mean, if you guys weren't sticking on and helping us and following along and supporting us, I don't think we would have got it, right? So,
yeah. Listening to our dumb podcast.
That's right.
220 times.
More.
Yeah. A little bit of follow-up with the 5PL stuff. If you guys don't follow us in Facebook, please go follow the 5PL Facebook page. We're posting kind of little tidbits, our YouTube stats, our seasonal stats. We're going to have hopefully something every second day or third day or something like that leading up to the new season. So check it out there. Guys, like the 5PL had 50,000 views, 20,000 hours watched last season on YouTube alone.
Shit.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
So silly. 50, watching Sunday morning bowling.
Yeah.
20,000 hours.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Crazy. And then one last thing before our guests. If you guys don't follow the WCBT, they're doing a little yard game package. You can buy a spot for $20. The whole package is worth $750. We'll be drawing it at the tour finals in August. So go to their Facebook page to see where you can sign up and get that all done for us. We'd really appreciate the support, and we get to give you something back for it. So, All right, Timmy, we've reached your point. It's your show now.
So when Katie and I did this, I announced, and you guys did the flashy things. Okay, so
yeah, I got this. Except I don't know who's all in this next group. So you're gonna have to name them, and I'll name.
Yes, I'll name them. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna bring our first group in from the Masters. We have, again, like I mentioned, we have a lot of champions coming on. So our first guests that we have coming on are from the Southern Ontario Teaching Ladies team that won. So we have Maria and we have Emily coming on.
Is that all of them, Tim? Did I get them all?
You nailed it. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies.
And congratulations on the award.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, go ahead. Let's touch base a little bit on your national championships. Obviously, you guys did really well. Maybe touch base on the road to the national gold. I know, looking through the results, I wasn't there. Looking at the last game, obviously you guys were down going into the last game, and you guys won. So maybe touch base on your thoughts going into the last game and your thoughts going throughout the event.
I know for me, this is my first year playing the Masters, so I really didn't know what to expect. So for me, it was just a completely new experience to begin with. Because at first I was in my mindset, I was still playing it like the Open, and I'm like, you can't play it this way. After the first two games, I was just completely frustrated. I'm like, no, you can't be doing this. But yeah, I think we really gelled really well, and I think that's what ultimately helped us.
We had such a good team at nationals, and this was my second time doing this. So I have a little bit of experience from 2019. And I know that last day is probably one of the most stressful days because even though it's 3 games, it's just like everything is out on the line. And it is always the most emotional day at nationals because a lot of tears are shed, a lot of emotions are held, and it was tense, but we got each other's backs. As Maria said, we had such good teamwork throughout the entire time, and from the second that we were on the team together, we had such good chemistry and we vibed so well. And I love our team for that.
Yeah, that's really a superpower in these things, especially in Masters where there's no poll, there's no way of getting people out. So it's really important to be super supportive of your teammates and try to help them because you're not going to be great the entire time. It's just the reality of it, right? So you have to have like support for your teammates and build them up and help them figure stuff out, and to have that kind of chemistry is really what sets teams apart in these things for sure. So good for you guys. Yeah, I imagine that third day was really stressful. Coming down the line, everything all the cards on the table going into the last game. Have you guys ever played in a scenario like that where everything was coming down, all the marbles on the table?
For me, generally, I try not to look at the scores because then I get a little bit too stressed out about it. Mm-hmm. So even going into it, like, I don't know what we're up, what we're down, who's doing what where. It's like, okay, like, are we okay? Are we not? Just kind of give me a direction that you want me to go in, and that's what we're going to stick with.
Yeah, fair. It's a coach's problem, not yours.
Mom.
Exactly.
I asked my mom. She said, "I'm not telling you anything." So my parents were like, "We're not going to tell you anything. Just bowl your game."
but doesn't that tell you everything you need to know right in that moment too? Like,
yeah.
if you guys were sitting at 6th and no chance at anything, like, and do you think your mom would be like, "I'm not telling you nothing"? Like, you know.
Body language would be a little bit different, I think, right?
Yeah. I think so too.
Now, I know, Maria, I've coached against you a few times in the Open, right? And this is your first experience for Masters.
Yes.
Maybe tell us a little bit the different experience between Open and Masters. And I guess when we're talking about going to the last game, obviously it's a lot different playing POA, mm-hmm. right? In this instance, because you might not know how is that for you, the difference? Because you might have to look up and might have to do the math, or it's a little bit different, obviously, than Scratch, right?
Yeah. For the POA aspect, for me, I found the whole concept completely wild because you can go in there and you can throw a great game. You throw your 250 and you're like, oh, that would be great, and you lose. And you're like, well, what in the world just happened? I mean, I'm going to say this out loud because the scores are online. I threw a 148 and won my game.
Yeah.
That would never happen at the Open, ever.
Yeah.
There's just no way. So trying to get into that whole different concept was just a little bit different for me. But then kind of once you get into it, then it's not as bad, but it's a different kind of competition than the Open. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Open itself is just very, I'm not going to say cutthroat, but everyone is so focused on their games and mm-hmm. You're playing for your team, but you're also playing for yourself at the same time. You're doing this here as well, but it's just it's not quite that level of intensity. And I think I enjoyed that a little bit better. It's serious, but it's not the end of the world if you go and pick a 3-pin.
Yeah. So obviously you were talking earlier about how you didn't know where you were in the standings. Do you find that with the POA match play format, does that allow you to kind of stay in the moment a little bit easier, just focus on throwing your ball, because you really have no clue where you are in your match? Exactly. I mean, you could do the math, but if you're not looking at that, you literally have no idea.
I literally have no idea. I will vaguely look at the beginning and be like, oh, I'm up or I'm down, just to see kind of where we're at. And then you look up and it's like, well, I could probably do better, or I seem to be doing okay. Because for me, I would play my game and I'd get to the 10th frame and I'd ask the coach, I'd be like, how are we looking? What do you need from me here? And he's like, it would be either, oh, just go throw your ball, have fun. It's fine. Everything is fine. We have our points. Or it would be really nice if you could hit the middle this time around. I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll work on that for you.
Yeah, fair. Emily, do you feel the same? Where
I
you kind of
completely
stay in the moment with it? Yeah.
Oh, completely. I kind of put in my like fight or flight response when I'm on the lanes and I go into game mode and I just focus and I'm like, if I'm close to my average, I'm gonna aim for my average or higher and I will happily be in the moment because I don't know when I'm gonna get this again. So I take every ball and I'm like, I'm gonna kill it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's just be honest. Your qualifying for Ontario Masters is extensive, right? And it's competitive, and there's a lot of people that play out there. So,
Yeah.
I think obviously just making the nationals, I think is incredible, right? And so for that attitude, it does make sense because you don't know if you're going to have the opportunity to be back at any time soon, right? So,
Completely. Yeah, this is my first time back at Masters in 6 years. So the last time I was back at Masters Nationals was 6 years ago. So it's been a long time coming. So
Yeah.
And I think too with the Masters, it's great because you're not guaranteed, let's say, the same group of people every year. With the
no,
the POA side, especially, anybody can make it,
Yeah.
right?
right,
yeah,
yeah. Do you guys
You don't have to be that 270 average bowler to be able to qualify, right?
right? Do you guys have rolling averages at provincials or on your zone levels for teaching, or is it just like whatever your current year average is? Because in
No,
Alberta, for example, like we have rolling averages. So like if you play like your first event, your second event, third event, fourth event, you're going to have a tournament average, right? You don't use your league average after so long. You use your tournament average, right? So as you play one, you'll drop the oldest one and go on. Kind of, does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? Do you guys do that in Ontario at all? Because we out in Alberta, we find like with teaching masters, you have a really good POA year and a really good POA or provincials, and we might not see that person back for another 2 years because their tournament average turns up so high, right? Do you guys have something like that in Ontario? Or is it just their current year
I
average?
believe so because I know from I played one tournament and then I showed up to the next one and my average was different. So,
Rolling average is perfect.
yeah.
There,
magical.
Matt understood my gibberish. That's perfect.
It's just rolling average, Tim.
Yeah. He speaks Timonese.
Yeah. No, and again, that makes total sense. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like all these bowling centers obviously have computerized scoring? Wouldn't it be easier if they could just load in your pins over average or your deficit right away, and then you could see what you're playing against instead of having to memorize it off the score sheet and trying to think of it yourself?
I feel like that would depend on the bowler. I personally
Yeah, it
would hate
would.
that. I would absolutely hate that because I would be staring at that screen all the time. And it's like, oh, and then you're like, you just work yourself up into this whole different mindset where it's like, no, I have to do this. I have to. No, I'm very
I
happy
would
in my little bubble of ignorance.
I would personally like to know if I'm down like 15 pins to start the game or if I'm up 15 pins. I don't know. That to me, I think that would add. But I do see what you're saying. You're just throwing your own game, and if it works out great, you're just playing against your average. But I don't know. There's something to be said. It's still a match play format.
So
Tim's got, and I completely understand it from a spectator standpoint. An absolute no offense to anybody watching teaching masters or IP nationals or something like that, where it's POA match play is really hard to watch because you have no idea what's happening. Right, you don't know. So as a spectator, I think seeing that is like super helpful. But I also understand, like, if you want to stay in the moment, then that makes it a lot more difficult. You have to actively avoid looking at it.
Market paradise.
If let's say they put in just what your average is, and then if you want to work out the difference on your own, you can do the math.
Yeah.
But for you to actively tell me, oh, I'm up or I'm down, that would not go well for me.
What happened for IP at our provincials? Mark from Paradise, he put in it was based off of 250. It was 100%. So everybody started off at a certain number, and then by the end you can see who had won just by simply because everybody was even, right? And that worked out really well for a spectator. And then I went to IP Nationals, and I had the binder out with the averages, and I'm just going back and forth, and I was like, it was chaos, right? But it worked out that way either. If you want to figure it out, but as a bowler, it might be tougher that way, right? So, yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. But anyways, before we move on to the next guest, Emily, Maria, do you have anything you guys want to finish up and saying? Any shout outs? Any experiences you guys want to continue with moving on?
I mean, all of our parents and everyone that came with us, just a great shout out to them. They were an amazing cheering section. Great, so much
We were so
support.
loud.
They were, and
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
feel like
Wow.
that also, like just feeling that support, like helped us so much. So a big shout out to them for sure.
Yeah,
Big shout out to, like Maria said, like our supporters were amazing. Especially we came from Southern Ontario to BC. It was such a long flight
Yeah.
for us as a contingent. So it was amazing to kind of see as many family members came out and watched us. It was my parents' dream to come to BC and watch me play. So, and they've never been to BC before, so they loved it, and it was a really great trip for them. Um, really like a big shout out to our coach Adam. Like he dealt with a lot, and he was such an amazing coach. We loved having him. We chose him for a reason. So thank you to our coach Adam and everyone all of our new friends that we met all over the province. We love you guys. So yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Congrats again. Gold
Yes,
medal.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Glad it was a
Gold
great
medal.
experience for you guys. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys in the future.
Thank you.
We'll try and do it again next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, run it back. Run it back.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right, take care, lady.
Have a great day.
Thanks for
Awesome.
having
Thank
us.
you very much, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
Awesome.
That was great, yeah. And it's honestly, I got to know Maria a little bit just watching her. Last couple times I coached Open Nationals, and it's nice seeing somebody do well like that. So good on that team. Now we're going to move over to our senior division, and we're going to hop them in on here. So from Southern Ontario again, it seems like a recurring theme here. We have Julie and Coach Nathan.
Hey,
Hi,
guys.
guys.
Hey, welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you guys feeling after this? Julie, is this... I'm sorry, I don't know your history with bowling. Is this... You are a newcomer this year for Masters?
Yeah, I've only been bowling 3 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome.
So-
Good for you.
So yeah, so it was rough. to say
No, I mean you guys won. It can't be
Yeah.
that, Rob. Don't be hard on yourself. That you guys won. That's good.
3 years ago, did you think that you would be winning a national championship in bowling when you started bowling?
No,
Right? Like how cool is that? That is really neat.
no, it is cool. It is cool.
Good for you.
Very cool.
So first a Masters Nationals, obviously. How did you feel like? How was it for you? Like that it's a long tournament. It's a long event. There was a lot of travel with it, both there and then from the hotel to the centers. Long days, lots of events going on. How did you find it?
So it wasn't necessarily my first nationals. I was at nationals last year with my daughter.
Oh, okay.
She was on the teaching team, so I'd experienced it before.
Yep.
But yeah, this was my first nationals playing. So by game 16, everything hurt from my ears down.
Well, I'm glad your scalp felt fine.
That was hard. But yeah. But it was like after game 5, I think it was, I turned around to the team and said, you're on borrowed time now. I've never bowled more than 5 games.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting.
Well, there's a convenience store right across the street, so there was a good opportunity to go get up, a bunch of drugs if needed.
Oh, I had those, don't worry.
Yeah, find your way through the week. That's really cool. Was this your first obviously? Well, have you played any team events at all at provincials or anything like that, or was this your first team experience ever?
This was my first team experience ever.
Awesome. How cool is it to be in the pit and just be with those people and all the things that you hear and do and just the camaraderie that kind of comes with it? Like the bowling pit is a really unique place.
Yeah, it is. And we had a fantastic team. We had so much fun.
Mhm.
Like we
Awesome.
were constantly laughing and having fun. So it was great.
I ended up giving myself back spasms on the Tuesday because we were laughing so hard. Like legit, both sides of my back. were back. One.
But that's awesome, and that makes a world of difference. If you could keep people loose and people are laughing like that, like it's night and day what performances could be. Nathan,
I mean-
go ahead, Tim.
I just want to say, like, I don't know if Julie, like, I mean, obviously Rick's brand new as well, newcomer, right? But the team had Bob Walters, Ian McLean, Sandy Horn, Tracy Smith. I mean, there's some legendary people on that team, right? So, and then obviously Coach Nathan. I mean, I know Dexter's kind of going in there a little bit. Is that your first time coaching a senior team or the POA team like that? Nathan?
So I coached the teaching women, I think it was in like 2014 area or 2015 out in Winnipeg.
2014.
Thunder Bay, I had the seniors and we won gold up there, and then so this is my second seniors gold.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Is that where you've lost all your hair though?
They made a big old joke
Seniors
about
too?
that I looked like the oldest person that was in the pit during that week because I was the only one with hair.
winning by
They were
one
like, other teams
has
were
gotta
like,
be
"Who's your
stressful.
coach?" I'm like, hello.
That's hilarious.
Coming down to the wire, winning the last 4 matches, and then winning by 1. Like, I don't care how calm and cool collected any coach is. That's got to be stressful coming down to the end.
Yeah, going into the last game where you could it's one of 3 teams. One of 3 teams is going to win it, right?
Well, and I think this is the first time, either both from a player standpoint or from a coaching standpoint, where I had seen that none of the teams that were going for the medals playing each other. Everybody was playing somebody that was already out.
Right.
So it was interesting to see. It's like, okay, well, now we got to hope that the teams that are not able to make medals are still going and throwing their 100%, or are they just throwing the balls just to try and get it out of the way as quickly as possible. But yeah, so just a lot of watching and trying to keep my bowlers engaged and present in what we were doing and not watching what everybody else was doing. I told them, like, just let me watch. You guys just focus on, like, hitting the spot and picking your things.
I'm assuming more like most of the veteran players probably knew the scenario and where you guys were sitting. Julie, did you know where you guys were sitting going into that last game?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody knew. Okay. So good on you guys for executing in that scenario and pulling it out with while knowing. Good for you guys. That kind of makes it a little bit more sweet too, I think. When you know it's coming down the line and like this is what we have to do. You guys do it and you win it and away you go. Like that's pretty awesome.
I think
we knew we had to win all 3 games to stand a chance. So
yeah.
Our second day really hurt us a lot since we went 0 for that day.
Yeah.
Take 42 points, I think, the first day out of possible 56, and then take 9 the next day. And we dropped from leading by a point, I think, only down to 3rd. I thought we were in a lot more trouble than we were. But we only lost like 17, I guess, on the day.
Yeah, that seniors division was really tight. I mean, 99, 98, 95 and a half, 86, 83 and a half, 82 and a half. Like all of those are in relative striking distance, right? So makes for a fun and interesting event.
I mean, if you go in the last game, it was a half a point difference between the top 3 teams, right? Or within a point, right? I think that's just crazy. I mean, you guys win team total at 5 points. Is sometimes it's a win, but it's sometimes you don't know if that's enough, and the other team gets 5 points, and the other team loses, right? So, and then you were minus 28 as a team, and the 3rd place team was actually plus, but they lost, right? It's just the craziness of the POA, and kind of the cool part of it. As a coach, Nathan, did you know? I know you're into math and stuff like that. Did you follow along the whole time when you were coaching them, or were you just focused on your game at all?
So I had Sandy let me know because she had pulled out with her injury at that point. So she'd let me know where the distance was. and then I just looked at the math between the two teams that were playing each other, so I could see kind of where that totals was. That's about it. I didn't go like individual matches because I'm like 3 points at the end of the day is 3 points. So if they win one, that's your make or break, more or less. So
yeah, I'd be kind of befriending there. I don't know how I would be doing it, but I guess maybe explain. Obviously, did you find out like right away, or did you have to do the math, or somebody tell you?
I didn't know that we had won until after I talked to Sandy Anderson, because I knew that we were close. I didn't know the exact numbers or anything like that, but when she came over and said congratulations, and I was like, oh, okay, well, you know more than I do at this point, so I'm going to take your word for it. Thank you, because at that point, it's just like my brain's bouncing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, do we get it? Do we not get it? And I'm just like, you know what? Like, we'll just wait till the official results come, so I don't want to say one thing
Right.
and that it's not, especially
But
when
I mean, if Sandy's coming and letting you guys know, usually she's runner up. I mean, that's
Sandy feels like a reliable source.
Yeah, and she's on that team, right, or at least part of it. But I guess you did play Manitoba the second last game, and you beat them 6-2. So I mean, that was a huge game. So you guys, I mean, like as Julie was mentioning, you knew you had to win all three, but you kind of had the big final game in game 20, maybe so much in game 21, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But then still needed to win game 21. So,
yeah.
So both of them are massive. Yeah, that's a fun way to finish.
Yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, I knew that as long as we had, I think, one less than Manitoba, then we won the tiebreaker. So whatever they took, if we had one less, we were good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's crazy how often that tiebreaker seems to come into play in Masters the last couple of years. I mean, probably more so in the singles than in the teams, but that tie break is important. Even in the tournament, the ladies division, I mean, it was coming down to the last game, and like we had to figure out tiebreaker scenarios and stuff like that too. So, win all your matches. Win as many matches as you need to. Because like everything matters. Everything is important because you don't know how it's going to change down the line. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Just everything for the bottom. Everything for the bottom.
Yeah. 100%.
Team totals, everything that matters, right?
Yep.
How fun was it playing with all those legends?
Oh, it was great. You know, I mean, I've played with them during our tournaments, but to have them for there cheering you on and help, like the support was fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better support group.
Well, I love that.
Ian
awesome.
seems like a very calm, cool, collected person. Did he ever look stressed in the pit, Julie? Let us know. Was he trembling out there? What was going on? We need the insight on Ian.
No, I don't think he was stressed or. I think we were just trying to have fun. There were days where it was a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, we felt like we weren't getting any breaks.
And that's what I was just about to say. At one point, I know he was frustrated and I was frustrated because he literally went and threw what you would think is like the textbook shot to throw and then get power chop. Okay, make spare. Now we need a corner to win. Throws another absolute bomb into the pocket. Oh, look, another power chop. And I'm just like, are you friggin' kidding me? And that was the story of our day two. Like,
where were you guys day two?
That was the day that we didn't win any matches. Like, we took
Scottsdale?
9 points that day.
Yeah.
0-6.
We're
Okay,
at Scottsdale.
But I think, like, if he had gotten one of the, like, a break when he'd thrown the shot for it, we would have had, like, another 10 to 20 points.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Yeah.
The 10th frame, like, that sucks. But, I mean, it is what it is. You do what you can. You throw the shot and hope the bowling gods agree.
That's exactly it. Like, I've always loved Scottsdale, and I still do. Scottsdale has, like, a big place in my heart. But it was definitely...
It was tough.
The strike percentage was not great. Like, I watched Shelby bury, like, 8 straight quarters. And it's like, well, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Just keep trying to spare him and move on and try to be the one that doesn't get pissed off. Really.
And that's what that was the running joke is like, Finding Nemo, Dory's like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Our kind of chant was just keep pinning, just keep pinning.
That's right.
Find a way. Like you pin as much as you can and hope it's enough.
There's two different styles of game, right? You just go to some places you need to outstrike people, and there's places you go where you need to outpin and outspare people, right? It's two different styles of games, but you got to be able to play both.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, Mitch would disagree with that, but that's fine.
That's the great part about playing at multiple centers at a national, right? Like everybody's under the same conditions, they're all playing the same houses, and you hope you hit the right house the right day, and you're ready for it, because there could be a day at Scottsdale Lanes where if you're not ready for it, it could really demoralize a team. And if you're the ones that stayed above the water,
we know all about that.
Yeah, but again, I think a championship team like yourself, whether they have a bad day at that center, obviously you guys, overcame that and played better in the other centers, right? So,
well, we had Scottsdale's back to back, so we went 0-for-6 the first day, and then we had to come back. We were like just mentally preparing and being like, here now we know, like, let's just get what we can and throw the best shots we can, and hopefully the other team makes less shots than we do, and it works out in our favor.
And like that's really the mindset you need to have going into it. Like you have a choice at that moment when you're going back the next day. It's either we're just gonna sink ourselves and just accept the fact that like this place is tough on us and it sucks, or you have the option of being like, okay, this is what we're gonna have to deal with. Suck it up and let's find a way, right? So, good for you guys for choosing the latter.
Amazing.
Do you guys have any shout outs or anything that you guys want to say before we go on to the next group?
I don't. Do you?
Yeah, I just thanks to the BC hosting committee. I know things were rocky at some point.
Yeah.
But you still
dealt with a lot.
put it together, and you had a lot of stuff that you had to overcome. So thank you for all that hard work to make it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had their troubles, but they persevered.
Things you can't predict. Yeah, you can't predict it, but good for them for still putting on a successful nationals while dealing with some adversity. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like no water. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Or too much water. Like.
Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Well
Thanks
done.
for having us.
Yes, thank you very much for coming on. Hopefully we see you guys again in the future soon.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
I just have to give a shout out. I mean, she didn't play Masters versus first time in 3 years. 3 years it took her. She's only been playing for 3 years. It just shows that Masters, when it comes to teaching and seniors, I think the avenue is wide open for anybody out there to try it. So, if anybody,
especially if you're brand new, like if you're brand new, like if
give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly. Go. You have nowhere to go but up. This is an opportunity to make those POA things all the time. So,
and especially on that team, there were some wonderful people with a lot of experience, and they had a great time together. So, definitely, if you're brand new or if you haven't played Masters, try it if you can. Like I said, that's a perfect example of what the Master Tournament exemplifies in that category. So,
absolutely.
So we're going to move on to our tournament ladies champions. So we are going to introduce from Quebec. We have Kay, Chantel, and Daphne.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Merci.
Daphne, does BM on your name, does that stand for big muscles?
Yeah.
I wish it was. I really want to say it's like BMW, but no, thanks to you, Dexter, I know what it means now.
Daphne, you've had a phenomenal year. I mean, Open Nationals, Masters Nationals. You get to be a newcomer in both of them. How were your experiences?
So it was my second Open this year, second time in the mixed team. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's my first time doing both of the national championship. It's really amazing. It's really what I love most about national is like you just go to a place and the only thing you have on your mind is playing bowling. Everything else doesn't matter. Your life is on pause. And no, I just have super great memories with all the people from all around the Canada.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
You've played both this year. Which one did you like better, and why?
It's a bit different for both, especially because of the format with the bench. I really like the bench because when I start not playing well, I like having someone who can just take my game and maybe bring it back.
Yep.
And when it's the master, you cannot. You have to, you have
Figure it
to
out.
push it. You don't have any
Figure it
choice
out.
on your
You're,
choices.
you're stuck.
Yeah, and I like the format of the mix. I really like playing the mix. I would like to do it again if I have the opportunity. So it's a different atmosphere. So I will say maybe the Open I prefer it a bit, but this year
Yeah.
at the Master will stay in my mind forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daphne, did I hear you and Dexter swap shirts, right?
Yes.
So do you think that maybe put you guys over the edge? He gave you a lucky shirt and it got you a gold medal?
In all fairness, I gave it to her afterwards.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say
Yeah.
she got it after, so it's not Dexter.
Yeah, yeah. But she did look great in it, dancing with it on at the banquet. So it fit her perfectly too.
Oh, it's my size perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I'll wear it to all my leagues till now.
Chantal, how much does this championship mean to you? I mean, obviously, you were out in BC, and then you move back home, and then you make nationals, and you go back to BC, and you get to win at your second home. How much does this mean to you?
Honestly, it was unreal. Just an unreal feeling. I was going there with, like personal like redemption and like visualizing this like the entire year throughout like our qualifications. I was like, you know what, if I'm on that team, I'm coming back home with that gold medal, and we did. So it's just like, I don't know, just unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always nice to have a little bit of extra motivation.
Oh, 100%.
But I mean, experience being out there is huge too, right? I mean, you've got to play in those centers before. How much did you think that helped all over your week, knowing what to expect?
Personally, for me, that was huge. Like, just because I knew all the centers, right? Like, I either bowled league there and or tournaments throughout the years that I was there. I was honestly pleasantly surprised with Grandview. The pinfall for myself, especially, was just like everything was falling. I honestly I can't complain on that front. Scottsdale, I was not surprised. I was like, yeah, you're still the same. Hasn't changed. But yeah, no, it's just good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. I found I really liked the upstairs for Grandview. Downstairs felt a lot tougher for me. But I loved the upstairs. It was excellent. Kay, it's been a good couple months for you, eh?
It has, absolutely. Winning
Like,
Diamond Ladies Classic and then heading out to Masters and winning the gold medal with these ladies.
Yeah. What do you plan on winning next?
I don't know. We were telling ourselves that they come in threes, and I went to Mexico with my daughter in March, and she came back with a gold medal at the World's Championship, and we won at Masters. And then Pierre, my hubby, also went to the World Police and Fire Games and came back with a gold medal as well. So I think that's our three.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why limit yourself to 3?
I don't know. They come in threes. It's fine. It's okay.
Bad things come in 3s. Good things can come forever. That's fine.
No. We usually say in French, it's jamais 203. So
Yeah.
And
we understood that.
We'll just start over next year. It's
Please
fine.
translate. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, you've had a phenomenal year. You played phenomenal this week. Was this your first gold medal at nationals?
No. We
Okay, how many
won
gold
back
medals is
in
this for you now?
2015 in Burlington, Hamilton.
In Hamilton,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Right. In at Sherwood.
Sherwood.
Lanes.
Right.
Yes. Awesome.
This was my first.
You're first, and Daphne, you're first as
Same.
well.
Same.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How good was that feeling right at the end? I mean, you guys had to work for it right to the very end too. How were the emotions when you guys were done?
Honestly, I was like, hey, like, can I go puke now? Like, is it time? Can I go? It was just, I just remember looking back at, like, in the stands for Milen, our personal, supporter. And I just looked at her in the ninth frame. She's just like, Kate, just bowl. You're fine. And, like, I felt the weight just, like, coming right off. It was such a weird feeling. So weird.
Yeah.
Because I looked back at my sister and I said, so what does it look like? And then she just kind of looked at me and she's like, just bowl. So when she said that, I was like, oh my God, we got this. Like, I couldn't bowl my 9th and my 10th frame. I don't know if you saw that, but I was like all over the place because I was like,
couldn't bowl the
oh my
entire
God, we
game.
won. Like, we won.
Yeah.
I was watching the live stream. Obviously, if Alberta won like 7-1 or 8-0, they might have had a chance, right? But you guys played really well that game from start to finish. I don't think there was really much of an issue with that game. Okay, Pierre's first time coaching, right? Correct. How is that dynamic in the pit? Obviously, it might be a little bit different for you, right? Having your spouse in the pit, right?
It was good, honestly. Yeah. Northern Ontario looked at me. I think we bowled them our second game. I think it was I think it was like game 4 on day 1 anyways. And Alyssa looked at me and she's like, that's your hubby, right? And I'm like, that ain't my honey on the lane. He's my coach.
Yeah.
That's a good attitude. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But I think there's a benefit to having that in Masters as opposed to the Open, because like, man, I couldn't imagine having my spouse pull me in the Open. But
it depends how you take it, right? If you're a team player 100%. And you're not bowling well, there's a reason why it's happening, and usually there's always a reason why it's happening. So it depends on like what type of person you are and how you take the replacement.
I personally just want to thank Pierre a lot, because we were doing the live streams. He sat down a lot of the matches just so he could be eye level with you guys, and it was perfect for live stream.
Imagine us in the lane. I was behind and I couldn't see anything. Like sometimes you just have to hear to see, oh, is it a strike? Is it a head pin? Because I couldn't see.
Yeah.
If you don't want to watch the score, you just have him take 2 steps forward and you can't see anything.
Yeah. Even sitting down, the guy's taller than me, so I was like, hey, like, I can't see.
So we had coaches, like other coaches from other teams telling him to sit down. We had players. We also all received messages like on Messenger throughout the tournament. Pierre, sit down.
So, Kate, I have to ask, how tall is Pierre?
He's 6'8" and 3/4. So
yeah, because I
almost
like I remember the first time I met Pierre or saw Pierre. It was, I think, Ottawa last year, right? And he literally was head above everybody else. Like you knew who Pierre was at all times, right? But I feel bad for him. He shouldn't have to sit down. I get it though.
And he can't hide. I mean, the thing is, you go to a grocery store, you have no problem finding him.
No, I don't.
It's awesome. It's got to be great for concerts and things like that too. Like, wild.
No, but Pierre was great with us. I mean, we were all mentally ready. We were all working towards the same goal before and once we got there. And he was so reassuring and so calm. So even though he was sitting up front, people in the back probably couldn't see, but he kept talking to us every time we would go up the lane. And so he was there. He was throwing every shot with us. And he said it afterwards. He's like, I'm tired. Like,
Yeah.
I threw every ball with you guys, and I was like, yeah, welcome to bowling.
Yeah.
He seems to have the right mentality. He's very calm a lot of times, right? So I mean, in that pit, that's probably a really good thing with a bunch of ladies, right? So, quiet, calming and reassuring, that goes a long ways. So he did a wonderful job.
And he obviously knows how to compete at a high level for things too, and that experience is really important for it as well. So, yeah, good for you guys. That's
A
awesome.
whole team effort. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, from day one, it was a team thing from day one.
Yeah.
The chemistry on and off the lanes
Oh,
was
that too. Yeah.
something unreal. Like, it was something I had never experienced with all my years of playing at national levels. Like, I never experienced this. Everyone put in like the same effort. Everyone was cheering everyone on. The encouragement was there. Nobody gave up. There wasn't one ball that was thrown just, because someone was like mad or whatever it was. We were all working towards, that 3-point total at the bottom. So, I mean, kudos to all of our team. So
100%, and I think that's going to be a reoccurring theme today, where like how important chemistry really is in a successful tournament, for sure.
Yeah. And we have to shout out obviously Natalie and Joanne. I mean, they're two really experienced, great competitors. Obviously, you 5 of you guys made an incredible team that weekend. So congratulations again, ladies.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any shout outs you want to give, or?
Well, yeah, to Joe and Nat, who aren't here with us tonight. Huge shout out to them, and to Pierre, and to all our fans that were there with us, near and far.
To the host committee as well, to our
And the
supporters
host
that
committee as
came
well.
out, and to the supporters that were back home watching us. And then lastly to Pierre, for coming up with all of those nicknames for us,
Oh
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
No, they're good. They're good.
Oh,
They're
okay.
really nice.
I don't know. I know what goes on in a pit. Like, that's instantly concerning.
No, they're good. They're appropriate.
Okay. All right.
Very appropriate.
No, big shout out to all the other women in the team. I was a rookie. I was not as experienced as them, and they were really good with me, like to just comfort me, ration me, make me part of the team. So for that, I'm eternally grateful for all of you, Joanne, Nathalie, and all the rest, and Pierre, of course. He has always the right word for me. Even a joke, he knew joke can calm me down before a throw, so he was always good with it.
I've only met you in the last couple of months, Daphne, and I just feel that your personality is going to fit on teams forever. You have the right mentality, the right personality to be successful on teams, for sure. So, yeah, it's going to be good.
It's all thanks to the biceps. It's not me.
100%. Personality comes from the biceps, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. And yeah, we're hoping to see you again in the future. Continue your winning ways.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
the
so
award.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Have a great night, guys.
Thanks you as well.
Me too.
Perfect. What a great group of ladies. Congratulations again, Quebec ladies.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We're going to move on to our teaching ladies single. We're going to bring her on from Manitoba and her hubby. We're going to have Kelly Hendrickson and Robbie on.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is Robbie wearing her medal?
All 3 of them, yeah. I'll take them off.
Yeah, she won them. Get them off. Yeah, that's hers.
Well, I know we're getting into it really fast here, but I think she is the first person to ever win 3 medals at a Masters. Is she not?
It's the first year that a third medal was available, so yes.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone else did it this year, so. And it's her first time ever at Masters, so that was really exciting.
That is amazing.
So when they announced the the lady from Saskatchewan for the POA for that Team Canada. I was not sure. At first I thought maybe Kelly won that, but then they did a singles category, so I was like, oh, well, I was like, Kelly, you better take off your sweater. Like, I'm pretty sure you won that. And then sure enough, she did. So, yeah, exciting stuff.
Yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Hard to top that. After like what are your goals after that?
What's
you
next?
you just won everything all at once, and it's like, yeah, okay, thanks. What's next?
We'll make you talk.
I wanted to get like 2 goals.
Yeah.
Like the team too. So, but unfortunately we can't. But maybe next year. Maybe.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, you're like the second best bowler in the Hendrickson family. Obviously, Grandpa's number 1, Dad's number 1 always, but then you're way better than Brett and Robbie. Don't worry, you're perfect already. Just want to touch base on. Obviously, you won quite handily there, but you were 600 pins over your average, Kelly. Like, you were absolutely incredible. And the next highest after you was only plus 30 or 117. So you beat them by 500 points.
Wasn't even close.
Wasn't close.
Yeah, I think she was tied for first after the first day. But after that, like, she didn't look back because she had her last 15 games were all over her average. 18 games out of the 21 were over her average. So, like, I knew coming into this nationals, I was like, okay, well, I was telling her, like, first off, like, teaching women, just get your average. Like, if I was a teaching woman or even a teaching man, if you go 21 games and get your average every game, you're going to have a winning record most likely, unless you're the most unluckiest person in Canada. But so yeah, I just focused on her getting her average, and yeah, like, you know, she had one game that she was a plus 101, I think it was, which anyone getting 100 pins over their average is impressive, especially for she's only been bowling for like 3 years now.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. So 3 years of bowling, and here you are at nationals. How was your first nationals experience?
It was good. Yeah. Great experience. Like, the reason why I bowl masters is because of him. So I want to experience what he's doing. Right. So, and I want to be with the team with him, but he didn't, and I did. So.
I still love it.
Yeah. That is the only reason why I bowl master.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you enjoyed it. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience, and bring home 3 medals.
Do you find yourself getting more competitive now that you're doing it? I mean, obviously your first time was like, yeah, you wanna make it so you could do things with Robbie, but like, now that you've won, like, do you get that competitive bug that goes with it?
Well, I'll ask this for her because I've experienced, like, first off, watching someone bowl that entire week was more nerve-wracking than, like, I can't bowl for any of them, so it was very nerve-wracking. Obviously, Cindy was bowling too, my brother's significant other, and yeah, just, I can tell you from my experience from watching her first time bowling to now, she was definitely more competitive because she was very mad when she would lose a game. She lost the game by one time. She was very upset by that, and she, like, all of her losses were basically by, like, within 15 pins, so basically 1 ball here or there. So she was really mad. Like, you know, somebody beat her one game, and then they didn't bowl the greatest the next game. She's like, dang that person, you know, like, why didn't you bowl that? And I mean, I'm gonna talk some trash about my dad here. Like, my dad won seniors gold, and he was like a minus 300. Like, sometimes it's just all who you bowl against, right? Like, like, my dad was like, I wasn't there, but my dad went minus 30. Oh, the person he's bowling against bowled minus 50. Well,
hey, Robbie, I've always said, if when you win, if you needed more, you would have got more.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
awesome. Either way, like it's yeah. Go ahead,
Kelly. Do you bowl league on the same team with Robbie?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Do you think about maybe swapping teams since he's not worth it anymore? Maybe you got to find a better.
Yeah, you can find someone better.
Well, I did bowl left-handed one year with her. Like last year, I bowled left-handed the entire year, and she did beat me sometimes when I put my left hand.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, she's a 3-time gold medal. She's a 3-time medalist. Like,
yeah.
She doesn't even compare anymore, man. Like,
I only
she's
have
next level.
2 medals for teaching, and I've never beat singles like that. Hard here.
Yeah.
Like you have to bowl good for 5 tournaments in Manitoba to make it. Like Kelly was like a plus 1,000 of 100 for 5 tournaments to make the singles. Yeah, and like so her and Sharba Kyber, like after the first 3 tournaments, they were both like plus 700 and something, like just bowling unreal. And yeah, like it's crazy here sometimes, like how tough it is to make the team here with the amount of tournaments we qualify with. But the last 3 years, winning aggregate for the last 3 years was, I mean, shows you how like tough the competition is here. Like,
100%. So, how much has your average? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Dex. Go ahead.
How much has your average improved over the last 3 years?
I think the first year my average was 90.
Yeah, she was like 95-ish. She goes very slow. Even still now, she gets a ton of corners. But yeah, she went from 95 to this year. I think she averaged 127 in league, right around there.
And then averaged 150 at nationals.
159, almost basically 160.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Good for you. In obviously the most like competitive and most, nervous situations that you'd ever be in bowling. So, yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, you know how to compete and you know how to like have composure and you know how to handle pressure. So that's really great to have in a competitor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Scottsdale, she's never bowled the Shield before. I've never bowled the Shield before either. And I think there was a lady from Alberta that hit it, and everyone like cheered for her. But it's like the most horrifying noise ever. So like she had to she was scared of lofting it. She normally lofts the ball pretty good. And I was like, Kelly, you're not going to hit that thing. But, she still like put her ball lower the entire time. And it was interesting. Those bowling alleys were like so different from what I was watching. Like,
yes, all of them are very different. But you know what? I think that's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's a big part of winning championships is your ability to adjust and your ability to overcome. And playing in 4 completely different setters really makes you do that.
Yeah, And shout out to Greg Giglick. I mean, that dude pulled amazing. I'm sure you guys are having him on here, probably, maybe. No, but like
Greg's old news.
He's not a winner.
He was already on here too recently. So.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like to pull that good at these different bowling alleys, I was looking at scores like, oh man, like that's insane.
I've never seen a guy hit his peak at mid-60s.
Yeah. And then doing this.
It's amazing. I love the guy.
He's already really good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
With you young kids, eat your vegetables. That guy's in pretty good shape for his age, so.
He's in better shape than any of us, Robbie. That guy runs ultra Spartans and it doesn't phase him. Like crazy.
Perfect. Kelly, before we head out here, and maybe Robbie can maybe guide you in the right path, but did you have any plans or any goals for the upcoming season or in the future?
For me, I don't. Because I'm gonna retire.
Well,
that's fair.
We're trying to start a family and stuff, so she might come back to Masters. Obviously, everything's getting really expensive, but yeah, I mean, she might not bowl Masters next year. She might change her mind, but
So
Just
or
retire
I mean,
on top. That's pretty good.
I is
3
I
years,
think
clean
Robbie-
up, see you later.
Robbie needs to retire. You need to keep bowling. I see how it works right now.
There
He's
we go.
got way
Yeah.
better chance of making it than I do. Oh.
Yeah, if I keep bowling, then other people don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking out for the community, Kelly. I get it. I get it.
I love it. I love it.
Perfect. All right.
Well,
Thank you very
congratulations,
much for
Kelly.
being on. Yeah.
Congratulations on having a champion of a wife, and yeah, we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Just goes right into retirement.
That's a great call. I love
Yeah.
that.
3 years bowling. This bowling thing way too easy. See you later.
Perfect. All right, we're going to bring our next guest in, our teaching master, men's single, JR. Hey, JR.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Good. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah. How long have you been bowling now, JR?
I started in 2019.
2019, so 6 years in, and you have a gold medal to your name.
Yep.
How crazy is that? Is that something you ever thought that would happen?
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's a good answer. That's good. You've been getting better and better and better all the time. We see it. We see it at tournaments and things like that. So we're not really surprised that this happened, especially in a situation like this where we continually see your improvements. And as people improve, that's where like teaching master stuff like that, like you can really do damage. And it was awesome. It was really cool to see. We've seen, like, even watching you at Green and Gold and stuff this year. There was one game where you started with 7 bagger and I started with 7. I was like, I have to keep up to JR. I want a single spot here. Like you were playing unreal. So, congratulations. It's really really cool to see.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Kind of a crazy finish. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Tim. This is like you won your last 7 straight, and this is kind of what we were talking about, the matchups, because compared to your average, you weren't playing up to your normal standard, but you're matching up just right and winning those close ones, right?
Yeah, it took a while to figure it out. For the first few days, I didn't really know who I was bowling. I knew that I was bowling 2 or 1 match, and then didn't really know where averages were in the last 8 games. They told me if I was giving pins or if they were giving pins, and then I figured that if I tried to make that up in the first 5 frames, it was actually easier because I wasn't trying to calculate the whole time.
Fair. Yeah. And I mean, like, I guess the hard part, maybe you can explain it, is that you're playing for your team and you're also playing for yourself in this other thing, and you're not playing the same team in your singles, right? So it is a little bit of chaos there, isn't it? A little bit, right?
Yeah. And being first nationals that I've gone to, I didn't know anybody but my team, so like I'd see the names and who was the single, but then I didn't know who was bowling who and what their averages were or anything, so it was a little strange, but it worked out.
First national experience, how did you like it?
I really enjoyed it. What I didn't like was the people that I knew that went to nationals prior said, yeah, it's just different. They didn't tell you that it's insanity the whole way.
Yeah, it's not going to be like any other bowling tournament that you've been in, that's for sure. It's a production.
Yeah.
It is a true event, right? You have something to do every day. You have things to do in the evenings. You have banquets. Like there's something all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, not only just outside of the lanes, like even at the lanes, it's way... it's just completely different when you're bowling than it is in, like, even provincials. Provincials was quiet, like, until somebody threw 4 in a row, and then they cheered, and then it was quiet again. Whereas at nationals, like, you couldn't tell if somebody was on a 8-bagger or if they just finally got a strike when they'd thrown 3 head pins in the game.
Yeah. Most of that comes from being in a team atmosphere. A team atmosphere is definitely very different than playing in a singles atmosphere. Even for myself, when I'm playing in singles, I'm pretty reserved, and when I'm playing teams, I'm not. And it's part of like building chemistry and building momentum as a team and sort of things. So it is definitely a very different atmosphere from most, individual tournaments that you'd play, right? Even doubles tournaments, very different from anything like that, right? So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Did you like that experience? Did you like being in that environment as opposed to the other environments?
Once I got used to it, yeah. With the team, once we figured out like our energy and our chemistry, that it was actually easy to keep rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But then we'd get it usually like the 3rd or 4th game of the day, and then go to the next house, and then we'd have to bowl a game or 2 to get the energy back, and then we'd keep it for the end of it. So it was definitely weird to try to keep that going, and from day to day and game to game.
Yeah, and it's really interesting how it's an individual sport. You're playing your own game, but how much that team energy really plays a factor. When everybody's punching, everybody punches. When everybody's throwing strikes become way easier, and it's crazy how much of a difference that truly makes.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't think that, an outsider looking in, like if you're just like, yeah, it's bowling, you wouldn't think that would make a difference, but it really does.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about your team. You guys won your last 6 games. You guys gave yourself a shot, almost getting the bronze medal. Had to give. I mean, your team. I got to know them a little bit over the years. They're a good bunch of guys. Obviously, Steve's a great coach, right? I mean, I think Steve is a good team bonding person for that. So I think he was a great choice. With you with your team doing well, did that help your singles, you think, in the end, as you guys were rolling?
I think it really helped all of us. For the singles matches, it was I didn't even know if I actually won any of my matches on the last day, because I was more concerned about the team matches. So
right, yeah,
it was in hindsight, it definitely helped. I wasn't concentrating on it there the last day.
Yeah, and I honestly, JR, I think that is the right attitude when it comes to that. I've always said, when it comes to the singles, or if it's all-stars for the Open, you worry about your team, the other stuff will always come with it, right? If you're playing well. So definitely a good thing. I mean, I know the Masters Nationals looks like they need to update their standings, because it still says you have silver. They haven't updated the first and second. Did you won singles right away, or did you? I didn't know about the tiebreaker. Honestly, I didn't know how that worked, or anything else like that until later.
I didn't know until after the last game, and then people started congratulating me, and I had no idea why.
Yeah, and even we had our contingent get together before the banquet, and you were sitting next to me, and at that point they were like, "Oh, it says silver. Did you get silver?" And then they're like, "Well, no, but I think the tie breaks." And then in that moment is really when we found out that you won too, and it was like, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, because I think I was like minus 400 and some.
Yeah.
So, and then, I guess he won 1 and I won 2. Between me and Matthew, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy part about match play. Like we were saying, that you're minus 400 and Matthew is actually plus 118, but it's all about who you matched up against with, and those individual matches, right? It had nothing to do. Well, it does have everything to do with your average, but it didn't matter if you had a bad game the game before that. It was who you're playing right in that moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yes, that's default to POA, which isn't the tiebreaker. Yeah. No, it's crazy. But I guess moving forward, JR, coming up in the next season or two, I know, like we talked about, you put a lot of time and effort into your bowling. Obviously, you own your own center, and you put a lot of time in there as well. I mean, I think you played, up to 3 or 4 leagues, from my understanding. So, what are your goals for next year? Obviously, teaching might be a little bit tough to reattain. Are you looking to play maybe some of the cash circuits, maybe the Open again, trials? Like, what are your goals?
So Open for sure. I'm gonna do teaching again this year. Just more so to prove to myself certain things and see how things go. Because provincials, I won it. I think I was 900 over for provincials, and then so my average jumped quite a bit. So I want to prove to myself that I can still do the POA side of things even with that higher average. And then going from there, I think I am registered for the Beef Bowl, so that should be fun.
Nice.
Oh, right. Awesome.
Yeah. They always do a great job down there, so it's definitely a good time for you to try out. I think you played Heritage too, I think, right? So yeah. So it's definitely good that you're doing these things. Obviously, you're able to compete, because I know you can. So
yeah, absolutely.
Got a few things to work on, but I'll get there.
Yeah.
The working on things never goes away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, JR.
Great job.
Keep up the good work. Keep putting in the work.
Will do.
Yeah. We'll continue to see you win things.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Perfect. Another example, 6 years of playing. You put a little time in. Like, obviously, the Masters is something for that POA. Other things, definitely worth to try and get into. So we're going to invite our next guest, our tournament ladies single champion, Josie.
She's there.
Yeah, I know. I see her face down below, but I don't see her face up top. Josie, you there? There you are.
There we
Hello.
go. Yeah, we're here.
How you doing?
It's like your first time on. Like,
good. I just turned my Wi-Fi off, so hopefully I won't cut in and out. But if I do, just let me know and I'll turn it back on.
Well, we'll skip over you. Don't worry. It's okay. No big deal.
Next.
Hi.
Hi. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were solid right from the very start. Right? Okay, yeah, you go ahead.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was over top of you. Is this your second Masters singles?
Yes. Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's wild.
I agree.
Like that's crazy. How old are you now, Josie?
I just turned 26 on Sunday.
Yeah, to have 2 Masters gold medals for singles under your belt by 26 is crazy. Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's wild. There's a bunch of us that just want to have an opportunity at singles, and you've already got 2 gold medals. So, like, that's really impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coming out of YBC, did you think that was going to be something that was going to be in your wheelhouse of doing?
You know, like, it's always a goal to make it to the show on the last day of the step ladder, but like, I didn't think when I first started playing Masters, especially against the field that I've been fortunate enough to play up against, that I was going to have 2 under my belt at the age of 25.
For sure.
Because, like you said, so many people are just like waiting to get there get to the big day, and I've been fortunate enough to be there twice, and yeah, it's a pretty surreal, very grateful feeling as well.
Yeah, 100%. And that field that you guys had this year was incredible. That's one of the best female fields that I've seen in a really long time. It was.
I agree. I was very, very fortunate to be there.
It was cool. Even at opening ceremonies when they're announcing it, but I'm like, that's an impressive field for sure.
Yeah.
So you were first seed overall, which is always a big bonus.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel sitting there waiting for your opportunity to go and play coming up?
Like for stepladder, it was a, I don't want to say it was a familiar feeling, but it was a sense of, you know, like I've been here before, I know what to expect kind of thing. I know how the format works. Back in 2023, I was kind of like nervous, shaky, felt like I was a rookie up there, didn't know like what to expect. So this time I kind of knew I knew I needed to keep my focus and not like get in my head and all that kind of stuff. Especially because, like you said, the field this year was so incredible. And everyone who played with both Megan and Sarah are both phenomenal players. And I know that, and I knew they were both gunning for their double crown as well. But yeah, it was just a nice feeling to kind of be familiar in my mindset with what I needed to do and how I needed to react and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. So you win your first game, and then you lose the second game, and it was a really close match. How were the nerves feeling for game 3?
I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, that's how I did it in 2023. I won the first one, lost the second one, won the third one. So it really just took me back to like, hey, what did I learn the last time and how am I going to use it this time? Yeah. And I got really nervous that second game because it's do or die going into the third one. But yeah, I was nervous, but I got through it. So
yeah,
you know, we've seen you in quite a few like nervous situations over the last couple of years. I remember watching you on 9 and 10 here at Sherwood to make the cut, and like your focus and when your back is against the wall, you're really good. Like
cut too. So I was like,
freaking
out a little.
Exactly, yeah. But you handle those emotions well, which is a hard thing to teach people. If you could teach it at all. So
no, Bill taught her everything. Bill taught her everything.
Yeah, Bill's the GOAT.
But yeah, no, I mean, sorry. Yeah, I do want to say, like, I was watching the match. Obviously, I wasn't there live. Again, like the last game was close. It came down to almost 9 and 10 again, right?
It came down.
And it was. I was there, and I had it on video when I was driving. So I mean, maybe that's not the greatest thing in the world, but I had it listening.
Probably not.
I had a list. No, I wasn't. I was just listening to the noises, right?
Yeah. And just say you were parked.
Yeah, I was parked.
Listening to the noises. Oh my god.
Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah. I was like, oh, Josie.
Yeah. Okay. Everything's better with sound. Yeah.
But there's not many people have won 2 master singles, right? So I mean, you put you kind of in rarefied air there. I'm fine, Matt. Don't worry, I don't have my license. Okay. It's fine. But so you put you in rarefied air. Now, obviously, you want to repeat that for next time. But is there now a push trying to get your open singles?
Yeah, there definitely is that push. I was fortunate enough to make it last year in Ottawa, but things didn't go well, we'll put it that way. And then this year, the better bowler beat me, and I'm super, super pumped that she got that opportunity, but I am definitely wanting to get that open singles chance again and get my double crown for that. That's definitely a big goal of mine for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How big was that the day before the stepladder, the third day?
Yes.
How did to rattle off your first 6 wins of that day to 26, 25, 24, 24, the points for the top
That's
4.
High. That is so high.
It's really high. Like you didn't have an option. You needed to win those matches. You lost the last one, but that didn't turn out to be matter at all. So, I mean, way to come out when it mattered. Again, back against the wall, right? Yeah. And let's say, okay, I better win my matches, and then away you go.
I want to get there. So the last day I just kind of went in as whatever happens. If I do the 5 and 2 that we kind of predicted for the math, then I should be okay. But the 6 and 1 was better, and for my case, with a little help I got at the end as well. But yeah, just kind of a whatever happens. If I get there, I get there. I just needed a chance. I just needed.
Yep. And that's kind of the nice thing with Masters Nationals. I like the step ladder for the singles 3-game matches. It feels maybe a little bit more balanced. It's not the 1 game; it's 3 games. If you're not first seed, you still have a legitimate opportunity, but there is still definitely an advantage to first seed.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
But, yeah.
Sorry, Josie.
I do enjoy about the Masters step ladder for singles is that if you make it, you're going home with something.
Yes, that too.
Right, and at that point, it's just you give yourself a shot, and either way, you're going home with something around your neck, which I think is super special for anyone who's been in that position, and it has had a chance to.
Sure.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
I do want to shout out. Obviously, I have had an opportunity to play tournament singles before. You're playing with your teammate, your other Saskatchewan player, right?
Yes.
Usually on your same stat. So you kind of work, even though you're a single, you're kind of a team together. You do well together. It was Justin's first time ever playing. I know he had a rough last day,
but he did fantastic. It was
how was obviously your continuity really helped, especially going in the last day. You're playing well. He's obviously being a good supporter for you as well, right? So. Yeah.
No, playing with Justin was really, really awesome. A very quiet, shy, reserved kind of guy. So we had a chat on the practice day, hey, what do you need from me? This is what I need from you, kind of thing. And I think people found a nice balance pretty early on into day one of, how to communicate with each other on the lanes, which I think really helped us in the long run as well. We kind of back off and wanted to step forward a little bit more. So that's always a big thing for me as well.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, good communication. It even though it's a singles event, you could still utilize some team aspects of it, which is kind of cool.
You know what I mean? Have that team aspect.
Yeah.
It's neat. Yeah. That's definitely a good positive there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
great job,
congratulations, Josie.
Thank you.
We're super proud of you as always.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure you're going to have a few more gold medals coming your way yet.
I hope so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. You don't get 2 before 26 and then never win again.
Thank you.
I got faith in you.
Right.
Awesome.
Don't know if that was a jinx or not, but
no, it's not. It's not at all. Get out of here.
All right,
awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Josie.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Just another gold medal. Ho hum.
Man, I just want to play singles one time.
Well, it's fun, Dexter. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a different experience. So
I feel like these two guests right now have had a way more fun experience than you had, though.
Yeah. They won. Yeah. Yeah, joke's on me.
You want to sit there and shit talk me? I'll shit talk you back.
Yeah, you know what? Our next guest is great. The other ones after, I wish you
terrible.
Yeah,
absolutely terrible.
All right, we're gonna bring our next guest on, our tournament men's single champion, Jordan.
Hey, Hello,
Jordan.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Chilling in the rainy weather here on the West Coast.
It rained the entire time we were there.
You know what? As soon as everyone left, the next day it was blue sky and sunshine.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually.
But in all honesty, I was quite okay with that. If we're going to be stuck in a bowling alley all week, we've been through the super hot nationals. I was okay with a cooler Masters Nationals where everyone could be a little bit more comfortable. So that was all right.
It was actually kind of nice. Scottsdale struggled a bit once people got it. Like when the singles were in there after, it was pretty warm. But after everyone left, it cooled completely down. So people definitely had a relevance in that factor there.
Yeah.
If it was raining the whole time, why was the running water an issue in Abbotsford? You guys just went outside.
I actually don't know, but through the grapevine, the city was supposed to do some water work. And
Right.
Got by the opening doors. So, I mean, kudos to the committee to bump everybody around. And
Oh, you can't control that stuff, right?
Yeah.
No. I mean, they were already wondering how you guys were going to get to and from without rotting in traffic and buses. So, you know, I mean, that was.
And then. Yeah, then to turn the buses around and send them back and move, it's crazy. Send you guys to Poco, back to Scottsdale. It's good. I mean, but that's tough for you guys too, right? Because I mean, that you're in a mental state. You're ready to go. You're told, okay, you're not, and then you're gonna go over here, and then you're in a mental state. You're ready to go, and then you're told you're not. And you're back over here, and that's a different kind of adversity than we're used to dealing with.
It was a different day too, to say the least.
Yeah. 100%. But I mean, day 2 was, successful for you. You were 4-3, day 2, right?
Yeah, same record as day 1, and it was weird because, I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I was still 3rd in the standings. I was just tied for 2nd instead of by myself. So,
right.
Yeah, fair enough. And then day 3, 5-2, so a little bit better on day 3. You lose your first 2 matches, then you rattle off the last 5 to get that first seed.
The irony is I told a lot of people that came down to watch me throughout the first couple of days. I told everyone the first 2 are the biggest because those are the guys that got to chase, and I ended up losing to both of them. And it was kind of like, oh well, this is going to be a long day. You got to go 5-0 now, and happened to do so, and got lucky with some of the other guys playing each other, right? So,
I don't know if that's necessarily lucky. I mean, it's just kind of the draw, and you had to win your matches, Jordan, right? You're looking at those 8 players that you're playing against. There's not one weak bowler ever in a tournament Masters, I find, right, for singles, right? So, so every one of them can beat each other at any given time. I mean, you look at it, Ryan Bourne's a silver medalist, and he came in only won 6 matches out of 21, right? So, it just shows how tough the field is, right? So, for you winning your last 5 and making the first seed, that's definitely kudos to you. I know this is not your first time you've played master singles before. Did that experience help you in that situation?
100%. I mean, the match play aspect, you guys know it more than I do. Head to head's one thing, but when you're just kind of showing up to play, you have to kind of throw everything out the window. But what was it's? I'm still letting it soak in. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Well, good, man.
Running 5-0 like that and coming top seed with the people that were behind me was something different. Going 0-10 my first time around, definitely didn't want to do that again. So day 1, after I won my first game within the first few, it was already a sigh of relief. So. I didn't think the homeboy had the home court advantage, that's for sure, because last time I bowled at Grandview was a few years back, and Poco just wasn't the same for Masters that are qualifying tournaments. So, I mean, pinfall's one thing to everybody. It's not just a thing for the home court. There's no such thing as home court advantage as far as I'm concerned.
And it can constantly change. And in Grandview, I mean, I don't know if you guys played upstairs at all, but upstairs was obviously very different from downstairs, and upstairs isn't used very often for tournaments or things like that. And
that hasn't changed. Grandview's always scored better upstairs. It's like the party house, so they go through pans and they go through lane. So they have to keep up with the lane conditions and the broken pins and the bands and stuff like that because you're constantly using it. So the downstairs never really scored as fair as upstairs, but I noticed the pins were really bouncy, and that's something else.
Yeah, upstairs was really nice. Yeah,
I never played Grandview, so I don't necessarily know. But watching from live stream, it was quite something.
Yeah, lots of spare conversions. Upstairs at Grandview.
Upstairs strikes were easy. I wouldn't say easy, but strikes were good, right? And then downstairs, I found that strikes got way harder, but spares got way easier. I've never seen chop offs as easy to spare as downstairs. Splits, it was crazy. It was interesting, very different. Yeah. So then you rattle off the last 5, you get top seed, and then you move into the step ladder. How did you feel sitting there waiting for your opportunity to play?
Oh man, it was up and down, like a roller coaster to say the least. I found myself standing behind the 10-pin lanes for about 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I'm down there watching, Bradley's game, and I'm just curious to figure out when and how and what. And believe it or not, I sat down with Ryan Bourne, and we had a couple laughs and a couple jokes, and just kind of reflected on a one-on-one throughout the whole week, and it was kind of nice. The mental prep, on the other hand, it was just hit the middle. Just get on the approach and hit the middle. I mean, who cares about the score? Just have enough to win. And it showed. I mean, it's coming from a very competitive background. 480 double to win a gold medal is nothing to be so proud of, but the win itself, you know what I mean?
You know what?
It's a tough bowling alley for a tough ladder. That's all I can say.
And that's just it, right? I mean, it's indicative of environment as well. You're playing in a super high pressure situation, so if there's any pushing at all, it's going to be tough. But I mean, Scottsdale itself was playing a lot more difficult. You put it in the pocket, you weren't 100% sure what you're going to be getting, right? We saw it all day. But I mean, I remember in 2019, Scottsdale as well. I mean, Adam Weber won his match. It was like 219 to 212 against Maxime. Right? So I mean, and that's going to happen. I find with those situations, or at least watching those situations, either people go off and they both play super well, or they both grind it out, and you're going to see, a 480 to a 460 or something like that, right?
And some sort of fireworks.
It's going to be similar. So you won, and you should be proud of that. Like there's, 480 does not matter. A win is a win.
Yeah, and you know what? You weren't missing a whole lot. It was, or both of you. It was either a plow or you picked up a lot of timely corners. The second game for sure, and you had to pick those corners, right? So I don't think you have to take that away from yourself by any means. You deserved every minute of it, right? And you've been in that spot. You won the Regina Classic. You've won Scottsdale. People forget about
TPC.
that. TPC, right?
TPC, yeah, people forget about that Regina Classic win because it wasn't part of the tour yet.
No, but it was a lot of entries back then. You were the first qualifier, so I mean, this is not your first rodeo. But what
by all means,
what does this singles mean to you compared to those other wins?
Over the years, I've watched a lot of the step ladders, and my first year out of the gate playing on a really older team, if you will. I mean, the next oldest guy was about 15 years older than me. Coming second, there's only one place to go, is up, right? So to do it as a singles competitor is something to really, I think, cherish once you do it. I mean, I'm still trying to cherish and soak it in because not everyone gets a chance to do this. And with BC, the way it's been up and down with the field of men coming out, it's nice to win one, if you know what I mean? Yep. So to put the West Coast on the map, because I'm sure everyone rolls their eyes, no offense to Alberta or Ontario, but you guys are talented enough to win a lot of medals, and kudos. Watching the same, not Orient, but the same provinces collect the hardware, it's always good to have that underdog feeling when you're not there all the time. You know what I mean?
BC 2 gold medals in singles for Min this year at Nationals.
Yeah, actually, one of the first guys that messaged me was Nathan, and him and I talked back and forth, and we both kind of said, well, maybe I'll come over to the island. We'll do a little news segment together, BC team sweep kind of thing, where But, at the end of the day, it's really cool that BC won both singles titles in the same year. Mm-hmm. Does that count as a double crown?
We should ask the Newfoundland ladies. They've been doing it for a while on the other side. That's awesome. Yeah. Like you said, you had obviously some accomplishments before that, Jordan, but you have a gold medal in the Open as well, do you not?
I do, correct. Yeah, 2015 we won that. That was 10 years ago in Ontario, Sudbury, Hamilton, somewhere over there.
Nebs.
Nebs, that's it. Yeah.
You're welcome. With the
Tim
costume
with
boys
the
over
memory.
at DeGrazia. I remember that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
That's
mean,
awesome.
so if you look at all that, quite the resume, quite the career so far, Jordan. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Right. Perfect.
yeah.
Well,
I want-
Jordan.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
I want to thank him coming on. I appreciate you coming on, bud. You deserve this. Keep your head out held high. You deserve everything from this, right? So,
Cherish it.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend.
All right, boys.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, no problem at all. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye. I did a little math. I don't know if it wants to hurt anybody's feelings, but since Aaron won back-to-back for Alberta, I think we've got 7 out of the last 10 silver medals for tournament men's singles in Alberta, but we don't win. So it's just the way she goes.
The curse of double A, is that what you're saying?
Oh,
You know what? Honestly, I blame Tyler. He should have broken the curse, but he didn't. So
yeah.
He's got a bronze, right? I mean, I guess he broke the curse. No, I guess maybe it's Brad. I don't know. It's not my fault though.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
So,
you have a couple losses in there, Tim?
yeah. So we are we're going to invite our next group of gentlemen coming on. Our tournament men's team champions. We have Tyler and Dexter.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Tyler's outside too. Wait, JR and Tyler taking the sun in or what?
The lighting is much better out here.
How tired were you today?
I feel great. I slept at like 10 o'clock.
He also didn't have a 3-hour drive home, Dex.
Yeah, we for podcast listeners out there, we were at a concert together last night. It finished at midnight in Calgary, and then I drove home and came to work for 9. So I got home at 4 a.m. last night. Great concert, though. Great concert. Congratulations, Ty.
Dexter, me and Carrie are talking.
Well,
okay?
you haven't been, so somebody had to.
Well, you took over the conversation, so we're just letting you.
Yeah. Okay. So hey, Tyler, congratulations! Long time no see on the show. We miss you.
Thanks, asshole.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was the problem. I'm not the one that has the silver. Mine was worse.
Yeah. We expected more, but anyways, we and congratulations, Dexter. Welcome to the show.
It's
maybe
a pleasure
let's
being
touch
here.
base. Let's maybe touch base on your team. Record-setting team, 125 points. Next team was about 25 points below you guys. Maybe let's talk about your team camaraderie, your team success, and yeah, over the week how everything went. Tyler.
This whole year has kind of been like a weird year in bowling. Like, I think if we look at who was making cuts and who was making teams across the country, there was like some differences than what we expect, and it felt the same in. Oh my god, to not be on the screen. It was kind of the same in Masters this year, but I was so excited to play with everyone. It was a little bit different. Had I been, obviously, for those people who have followed Masters, they know that Alberta men have not been so fortunate the last 2 years at Nationals, finishing 4th twice in a row after being in medal contention for pretty much the entire tournament. So I think in terms of camaraderie, it was just everyone kind of was like, we might as well try one more time. It can't get any worse than it has been, right? Yeah. And this time it worked out. Lots of laps off the lane, which helped, and then just a lot of determination and fight on the lanes. Like even when we were down 100 pins at the half, we never really felt like we were out of a match. So
yeah, which was often. It was pretty often that we were
18 and 3.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah, there were quite a few times we were down quite a bit at half, and then but we just had a gear. We had a gear that we could turn and flip and drop them, and then and away we'd go. And
drop them. What are you guys talking about?
So and then, but the pit is a funny thing. But once we hit that gear, it's like, and we could turn it on real quick, and away we went, and then it felt easy again. But I honestly think that for us, our turning point probably was game 1. Like, we weren't great out of the gate. And then Maddie banged out in the last 3 balls in 10 to steal our match against Quebec. And then, I remember sitting there, and I think I looked at Shelby right away, and I was like, that might be our TSN turning point in game 1. And then we just rolled after that. We just realized that we could come back from anything. So, yeah.
Jeff says we're just happy for you.
No, not
you're welcome.
First team to beat.
They were.
Maybe let's touch base a little bit on Harvey. Harvey, I know he changed the lineup a lot.
He worked really hard. No, we didn't change the lineup a single time, because why would you? Like we never really gave Harvey a reason to change it, right? So Harvey was great. Harvey pulled us in a lot of times to have conversations when we need to have conversations. He kicked us in the ass when we needed to. He cleared the pit a few times. As always, Harvey is a great supporter, a great teammate, because that's what a coach is, and really glad that we could get him a gold medal for the men, because I know he really wanted that as well, and the guy deserves it. Yeah, he's a very good coach.
Let's touch base a little bit on the rest of your team. You had Schultz on the team. You had Rylan. You guys have both played with him before, but you had Shelby. Shelby hasn't played in forever. Not saying the other teams were a little bit different, but did he bring a different dynamic to this team that maybe the team was maybe needing or didn't have to put you guys over the edge?
Absolutely. He's way more of a talker than I think any of us were expecting. And just like a totally different voice. We've all seen Shelby play Red Deer and TPC as an individual player, and he's very serious. He's very put together, and he's intent and focused on the lane. And on a team, he's so supportive but so intense. You feel, right? It's that it gets you going, kind of like Schultz. And Schultz was an animal the entire weekend, high average of the tournament. 3 players, the same with Rylan, right? Rylan was such a solid 4-hole. I think we only really had 2 or 3 matches that came down to Matt, because Rylan was doing his job in 4, and it was 3 solid players that you could count on. And I think Dex and I, we played our role in there too, but it was, you always knew your teammate was going to be there when you needed that shot. You're not having that moment where you're like, oh boy, I really hope we get this one. This one's big.
Yeah.
You just knew it was going to be there, right?
Yeah, this one for sure. It's going to be close. Let's just hope that corner pushes, or the chop stays down, something like that.
But it was a different kind of belief.
But when you guys are playing well, you're like, oh, let's pick up that corner, no big deal. We'll move on to the next person, right? Especially in tough times. I find when teams are playing well and you're obviously in the first seed and you're rolling, 17 straight or whatever that was in a row to start, picking up that corner or that chop is not as big of a stress load as it is because you're just rolling, right? It just becomes natural to it, right? So, yeah.
So, Dexter, question for you, because you have tied the all-time record for singles or for individual. Yeah. After that first game, you come out of the blocks with a $176 with a loss. Did you know you were gonna set a record?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not like that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, but I'm not. The amount of cash tournaments that I've played in the last couple of years, where I'll shoot a $180 and then make the cut. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot a $170. I was not the low guy it's fine. And like at the end of the day, it was game 1. We came out with a win, and then it turned around immediately after. I kind of got my feet under me, and I got it. Just sometimes,
you backed it up with a 330, so that was pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all of a sudden I got a 500 double, but I mean, like, yeah, you just got to find the right focuses for the day, and I was just, I wasn't super sharp the first game. I was just punching a little bit, and then found it, and then knew it was going to be okay after that. I was never, I never felt like I was like great throughout the week. I had moments where I was, but I've had a lot of opportunity in the last year where if I needed a shot, I would throw the shot in the last year, and that's kind of nice. And like I struggled a little bit with Scott. I struggled with Scottsdale, but a bunch of us didn't. It is what it is. But yeah, do I think that I played super great for that record? No. But I played good enough. Yeah. Like 2019, I played really, really well, and I ended up 17-4. I played better there than I played here, but like it's match play, right?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, you have those years where you think you're playing unreal, and then you find out you actually had a losing record, and it's like, where did that come from? That should
but I mean, that's the 2-hole. You took that's welcome to my world, man. That's what I made a living off of. So I mean,
he beat his opponents by 600 pins. Just saying.
Now you know how great my career is. I just put it down the drain. Did you know that 2 holes is that?
Does this mean I'm coaching from now on?
Yeah, you know what? It's only going down from here. Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, you did great. I mean. I'm only giving you a hard time. You deserve that win.
It's fine. It's honestly fine. I don't care.
But I did notice you lost 2 games against Quebec, so maybe there's an issue there, right? I mean, we had
the second match we had against Quebec, Guillaume played really, really good. He was like he had a huge score going into 10. So it is what it is. Like it's fine. We dug that match out because we were down in that match too, and we came back to win that one. So
yeah.
In the 10th frame. Yeah. So that was far more important than my individual win. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and let's be honest with you. I think obviously you guys all played well. I mean, there was no low bowler either. It was just 250 or higher, right? It was very well done. And you look at your match wins. I mean, I think Shelby was 11-10, and I was the lowest. But Shelby played well, especially the first day. He played really well, right?
He was unbelievable the first day.
So each person played their part, and that's usually what happens in a national championship. Everybody kind of plays a role throughout the time, but only needing half a point going the last day, obviously it made it a little bit easier for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all so upset that they didn't lock it up before the last day. They all went to bed early except for their lead bowler.
I partied it up. It was a great night. I'm really living my hot girl summer. I'm on a bender.
Good for you. I mean, at the end of the day, we saw Brian. Oh, well, I saw Brian in downstairs, and he congratulated us, and I'm like, well, like it's not over yet. I mean, we still need something, but we're not done. Like there's other things we want to do. We have other goals now that are in sight, and so let's go for that too, right? So you can win a gold medal or you can win a gold medal and set some records. And why wouldn't you want to do both?
Records are meant to be broken.
Yep.
So that's a great way to look at it, right?
But Kerry, is that your record he tied?
Oh no! I set a high average.
Oh,
Tim, when I set that record, I had a losing record that year.
That's crazy.
9.5 points for setting high average.
And that was in BC Nationals too, right? It's funny how that works, eh?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. I think that's our time, guys. I want to thank Tyler and Dexter for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Do you guys have any thank yous or shout outs, or did you guys have any goals for the upcoming season you guys want to share with me?
I want to thank Tim for being a regular asshole and keeping us all young.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you to the committee. Again, like we've heard it a few times, but like, my God, like they put out a good show and they had to adapt, and they did it. They did a really good job of adapting into tough scenarios.
We don't want to miss anybody, but I mean, can you maybe touch base on maybe the core people? We had Joan Ritchie. We had I know Rhonda was part of it. Rhonda Borgstrom.
Yeah.
Rhonda. I know
Rhonda McDougall.
Marie DaCosta was part of it, right?
Yeah, Marie DaCosta was.
And I know there was a
awesome
group of other ladies there that were helping out. I saw the photo on Facebook. It was wonderful. I don't want to miss anybody, but just a quick shout out to everybody on that aspect, right?
Yeah, thank you guys.
And of course, to the centers that everybody participated in.
Yeah, it was awesome. Got to meet some nice people out there too. It was really good, and it's really cool playing in Grandview and places like that where there's so much history as well. You know, so. But yeah, thank you to those guys. Thank you to the team. I mean, we played with Rylan lots this year, so it was really nice playing with him. Maddie, a good friend of ours, and we play with him all the time on the Crushers. But, I mean, it was really cool playing with Shelby, too. I mean, that's a guy that I said I wanted to play with, and it worked out, and it was just as good as I hoped. So, big shout-out to our team, and once again, thanks to Harvey, too.
For sure.
Hey, Tim, you're still interviewing us. Look up from your phone.
Yeah,
do your job. Do your job.
No, I was just trying to look at the stats. Yeah, I was checking out the stats.
Yeah, now you click on your computer, not your phone. Get out of here. We can see it in your glasses. Well, thanks for having us on, guys.
Yeah, no problem. We're gonna wrap this up. Ladies podcast next weekend. We don't have any live streaming events this weekend, so I guess you guys can watch some Blue Jays winning some baseball.
That's right.
And then the 23rd, we should have a very special guest on. Colby from
DeAntonis.
US. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
that's
awesome. A legend already.
That's
all
right.
right.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys go and have a great evening.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.